This might be a drizzly, drippy day out there, but we are having a big energy Monday because it is the most fantastic event, fashion event of the year in the US. The annual Metropolitan Museum Gala that benefits the Costume Institute downstairs at the Met, which puts on the most just dazzling fashion shows, fashion exhibits, right? They put on like Alexander McQueen retrospectives. That was like number 3 after Picasso and all of the Met's history for attendance. They put on exhibits about China and the West's dialogue over all the decades regarding fashion. That was called China Through the Looking Glass. Every year at this big Super Bowl of a party, there's a theme. This year's theme is Black Dandyism. So we're going to be seeing so much incredible, gorgeous formal wear, with African diasporic and Black American influences. Hopefully there will be a lot of bejeweledness, bedazzlingness, a lot of riotous colors and textures. I'm so excited. And I don't know, maybe the Obamas will be going too. I mean, certainly you'll see if you're going to be one of those people who are like lined up outside the Met, looking at the parade of celebs going in, it's going to be the Kardashians, it's going to be Taylor and Travis, it's going to be anyone who you're interested in pop culture. Just, blink and they'll be there. So I want to talk a little bit about API and the Met because it's Asian American and Pacific Islander History Month. There are incredible Asian American designers out there. Our next show is actually going to focus on Anna Sui, one of the OG 90s designers. But today, who is going to be at the Met, that we want to pay attention to? So one person whose style I just love, Eva Chen. She is the fashion kind of director at large for Instagram, like the company Instagram. Can you imagine that role? She was a fashion editor before at Lucky Magazine, very successful. What I really appreciate about her style is that she does a lot of strong shoulders and traditional menswear that she combines with more traditional feminine influences like skirts, which, even though that's not my thing, she pulls it off really, really well. This is one of Eva's recent looks from her Instagram. You've got the tuxedo or blazer jacket with Erdem, the Turkish designer, his take on like a flapper skirt, the invisible flapper skirt. Then this is another recent look at one of the Met Gala pre-parties, because as you can imagine, there are many of them, just like their Oscar pre-parties. And she's wearing another kind of traditional menswear tuxedo shirt with this mermaid dress situation, which is really fabulous. She has been putting up a roster of like all of her former Met Gala looks, and I believe this was the last year's. This one's just great. Look at how strong that shoulder is, right? And then again, you've got the fanned out mermaid skirt. I am beginning to see like a pattern here. Now, I am a traditional menswear obsessive. As you can tell, this is just like, I love wearing menswear myself. But I have to say that one of my favorite Met Gala looks of all time, and everyone has theirs, has to be what Gigi Hadid wore last year at the Met. She actually wore Thom Browne, who did menswear for like the first 10 years of his label and then has just recently branched into women's wear. I have an earlier episode on him because Doechii wore him to the Grammys gorgeously. This is Thom Browne, which is very different from his usual kind of gray, white, very severe aesthetic. This is just romantic with a capital R. Look at this. It has literally, guys, millions of micro beads on it so that it shimmers. I think it's something about the black piping with the white that I love so much. And I think it's just such a clean and fresh look. It feels like a drink of cold spring water with the pops of yellow. Because the thing with the Met Gala is, you can imagine, I mean, everybody's dressed to the nines, and it can be a little visually cluttered to look at as you walk in, but that was a really good one. So I'm ready to see what people turn out in tonight. It's going to be incredible.